Hi guys, and welcome to a new video. So today we are going to talk about the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus running on Android 12 and a typical Samsung phone which is running on Android 11. So this here is the A71. This one here runs on Android 11 and this one here just got the update yesterday for Android 12. So this here is the Note 10 Plus. We are basically going to talk about the differences between Android 11 and Android 12, but we're going to talk about the Note 10 Plus in special. So there are a lot of people who already made videos where they showed the differences between Android 11 and Android 12, but I want to talk about the minor changes which nobody talked about and about the changes which are exclusive for the Samsung Galaxy Note devices. Yeah, so first of all, let's start. So on the first look, you can see that there's not a big difference. You can see that these two phones have similar or pretty much similar, the same setup here. So you can see that the dock and all that is looking like the same. So there are still some differences. You can see on the Android 11, on Android 12, that we don't have the page indicators anymore if you have just one page. So as you can see, I've got one page here and I haven't got the page indicator because they would be useless since there is just one page. And here on Android 11 you got the page indicators whenever, you have got them always. Even if you've got just one page, the indicator is still there, which doesn't make sense, so they've removed it in Android 12. There's another difference in the launcher. If you go to the app section and if you have turned dark mode on, you can see that the background gets a blur. It's still the same case on the new version, but you can see that the blur it doesn't look great. So if we've just got one page over here, but the background gets a gray tone. So it is not, the background here is in black, and if you go to the app section, the background looks gray for some reason, and it doesn't look good. And they fixed it together with Android 12, so you can see I've turned off the blur option together with good luck. But the background doesn't look gray anymore, which is amazing. So this is something which annoyed me a lot on Android 11, and they've changed it together with Android 12, which is really, really nice. So there is another small change, or minor change in the launcher. So if we go into this section here, we can see that the icons have been updated. You can see these icons are filled, and these icons, they just show the shape of the home here, of the home icon. You can also see that the icons here on the bottom have got the same design as well. And there's if we go into the settings, so there's nothing new, but if we go into the widget section, you can see that they have changed the way you can place your widgets. So on this one here, in this version, it was not that easy to find your widgets, but here you can see the applications which actually have widgets, and you can press basically on them, and you can see the widgets which are available for this application. So this is a minor change in my opinion, because you don't use this area that often on your phone, but it's definitely better to, you can find your widgets much easier. There's also a voice recording option here for searching. It was basically not present here on Android 12. So there are also some small differences. So every time when you draw your pattern here, for example, on Android 11, you had this jumping effect here, or this jumping animation. And on Android 12, there's a new animation when you accidentally draw the wrong pattern. So let me draw the wrong pattern here. You can see that the text here is wiggling here. Okay, now I fucked up my phone. But you were able to see that the text was wiggling instead of jumping. Alright, so there are also differences in the notification panel in terms of animation. So on Android 12, when you opened up the notification panel, you had a kind of different animation when you close the panel again. So when you pull up your finger over here, you can see that the notification here gets smaller, smaller, smaller. Then your toggles, they will move to the top and then they will fade out pretty quick. And on Android 12, the animation is a bit different. So when you take your finger and pull it up, you can see that the notification goes upwards and it fades out directly here. And the same happens with the brightness slider and with the toggles. You can see that they fade out pretty quick. And then here with your date and your time at the top. So the animation is a bit different and you can definitely feel the difference. You can also see that the notifications, they got a bit smaller, and the mute icon is now on the notifications themselves. So they used to be here behind the notifications, but now the mute icon is over here, and in order to go to the settings, you basically need to press on the notification for like 2 seconds, and then you will get your settings for the notifications. But that's not it. So there are a few more differences. As you can see, the brightness slider has got an update, so you don't have the red bar here visible every time. So if you move to the right, your bar will get right while you are moving the bar, and your brightness icon here, the sun here, is also red. So it looks like it's white through the camera, but it's actually red here. In this one here, if you let me turn off the torch, if you go to the red section here, your brightness slider used to stay red, and now it is not red anymore. And you can also see that the brightness slider is thick now, so it used to be quite small back then. Another difference is that if you pull down the notification panel, you can see that the quick toggles are located at the bottom now. So you can see that they are a bit more on the bottom than they used to be. So here you can see that the toggles, they were like covering 60% of the screen, and now they are covering like less than 50%. So that's a nice thing, I think. Something which annoys me, and something which is still in Android 11, I still present on Android 12, is this plus icon over here. So, I mean, you've got space for 12 toggles in one page, and if you add one more, so let me add this toggle over here, you will get an extra page just for this plus icon, and I don't really see the reason why. I mean, why this is important. So you've still got the option to go to the three dot menu here and press on edit buttons, and it's basically doing the same job as this plus icon here. So I don't really see it. I mean, I don't think that this is kind of useful here, but yeah, it's still there. All right, so if we go into submenus here in the quick settings, for example, sound. So let me do that pretty quick. You can see that you've also got the new icons here. So the icons, they used to be filled, and now they are just showing you the shape of the icons. So the design is present everywhere, and you can also see that the background of the panel is darker now. So it used to be a bit more brighter. And something which is also different is that if you pull down the notification panel on both phones, you were still able to see the stuff blurred out in the background. So it's still working, or the feature is still present here on Android 12, but the background gets a much darker color, so it is not that easy to see stuff through the notification panel. So the stuff is still blurred out, but it's way darker than it used to be. Alright, so now let us talk about the recent apps section. So here on Android 12 you have got your recent app section, and on Android 11 you've got your recent app section as well. For some reason, I don't know why, but the background here on the recent app section is still grayed out, just like the apps section here on Android 11. So as you can see, it is blurred here, and it has also got this gray tone, and the gray tone is still here. I don't know why. I mean, they have removed the gray tone in the app section here on Android 12, but the gray tone is still present here on the recent apps menu. You can also see that there's a new animation when you open up the recent app section. So if you pull your finger up and if you do this, you can see that the recent apps items, they get smaller, and here on Android 11 they just move to the top or to the left wherever your finger goes. So here the recent apps, they don't change their size, and here you can see that the recent apps, they get smaller and bigger with your finger moving here. But as far as I know, everything else remained unchanged here on the recent app section. So we can still press on the icon here to move to the app info or to open the app in the split screen view. And there's actually nothing new over here. You can see it looks still the same. The only thing which I found out is that they are rounded corners now. Here you can see that the apps are rounded here on the bottom and on the top as well, of course. So this is the only thing which I saw which they have changed, and there's actually nothing new here besides of the animation when you resize your apps. But I don't think that this animation here looks good. I mean, it doesn't look that nice here. Then on the home screen, on the widgets, if you are using the weather widget of Samsung, you will also notice a different kind of style now. Here, your phone showed you when you have updated the weather the last time. And today we have got the 31st of December, and it also showed the date when you have actually did a refresh here, and the date is now gone, so it doesn't show you the date when you have refreshed the last time. So it just shows you the clock here, which is quite nice. So there's less information, or less useless information actually. And you can also see that the icons have been changed. You can see that the rain symbol looks different now, and this one here is also animated. So I don't know why it's static right now, but the most times, yeah, here you can see the animation here. It looks pretty nice actually. Alright, so now I want to talk about some special features for the Samsung Galaxy Note phone. So let me put this phone by side. So on the screen of Memo, there's actually not that big changes here. You can see that you've got new icons on the top here. I'm not pretty sure these may be even in Android 11, maybe present on Android 11 even, so I'm not pretty sure, but I think they've changed the icons. So I think like these icons used to look a bit different in the past, but everything else is still the same. You can change the thickness of your pen, and you can also use your eraser or choose between 5 different color options here. And the screen of Memo still works the same here. You can scroll down or scroll up here, and you can also save your memo. You can also save your memo by just putting your pen back in its slot. So this is just a minor difference, but if we open up, or if you take out your pen, and if you open up the S Pen menu, you can see that they've changed the S Pen menu now. So it looks a bit different. So in Android 11, the background used to be blurred out, and here the background is still there. I mean, this one here is a bit better, so you can still see your content, which you probably did with your phone. So if you wrote something, you can still see everything you did, and you can still have access here to your quick settings here. You can still add some new quick settings, but the way how the menu looks is different now. You can see you've got a rounded box here, and you can also see the battery of your phone here, of your pen, to use the Bluetooth features. The Bluetooth features are still the same, so you can still do the gestures and all that, and there are no new gestures. But you can also take some pictures with your pen to use it as a shutter. And yeah, so this is a minor difference for the Samsung Galaxy Note users. Alright, so there is another difference on Android 11. So you can see I've moved my notifications. I mean, the notifications, they used to be here, but I moved them to bottom side here, to the bottom right, together with good luck, because they are much easier to access from here. But you can see that the notifications, or the notification icons, they are having the same color or the same color pattern as your wallpaper. And in my case, it's a bit unfortunate since I am not able to see the notification icon that easily. So it's basically a brown notification over a brown background, and it doesn't look great. So, but this is here. This here is a new feature of Android 11, so the colors, they match your wallpaper. And here on Android 11, you can see that your notifications are always in white, so they are always visible. So they are always in white or in black. And here on Android 12, they basically match your phone's wallpaper. And in my case, it's a bit unfortunate. So yeah. Right, so talking about the colors, you can also change the color package of your phone based on your wallpaper. So if you go into wallpaper and style, you can see that you've got a new option which is called color palette, and here you can change basically the design of your phone, and it's pretty nice. So you can see that you can also press on apply palette to app icons, and if you press on done, you can see that, okay, in my case nothing changed actually here. Okay, it's changing the colors right now, I guess. Okay, so here we go. You can see that the system apps like the clock or the gallery or the Samsung Members application, or here the My Files, the calculator application, you can see that they have got a different color now, but I actually don't like it that much, because all other apps which you download from the App Store, they have still got their own colors and they don't match to the system apps. So this is something which I would not use just because of that. And you can also see it doesn't work that good. I mean, for example, here on the calculator app, you can see that one icon here is not easy to see, so there are some issues here and there, but overall it's a nice feature, and if you are lucky, it may work quite good to you. So I will turn off this feature. And something which is also unfortunate is that you cannot change your colors by your own taste. So they are only, I mean, you've got 4 different colors here based on your wallpaper. So you'll definitely change to your wallpaper if you want to have if you want to change the colors. So you've got only 4 options and you can choose them by yourself. Another small difference here, which I just saw here, is the over scrolling effect. So if you've got a long list and if you are scrolling, you can see a new animation when you scroll. So you can see the items, they get stretched here. So if you have this over scrolling here, you can see in Android 11, things were a bit different. So if you go to a list here, you used to have this glow effect here on the bottom. So this is the over scrolling effect Android has, like, since Android 4 or something like that. So they finally changed the over scrolling effect, and it looks like the one which is present in MIUI. Yeah, but it's quite nice to see a difference here. You can also see that you've got an option which is called apply dark mode to wallpaper. So this will basically dark out your wallpaper, so your wallpaper will look a bit darker than than the original tone of your wallpaper. So this is an option which was automatically there, or it was permanently on Android 11. So every time when you turned on the dark mode, your wallpaper got also a darker tone. But here you can change it by yourself. So if you don't want your wallpaper to get darkened out, you can basically turn off the switcher and your wallpaper will look the same. So you won't get a darker wallpaper when you turn on the dark mode. And yeah, guys, so there are a lot of small differences. I'm not able to show you all of them because the video would be so long then. But for example, if we go into the clock application here, you can see that your time here will be in blue or in purple, and it will change its color for some reason. So these are some small changes which are which come together with Android 12, and there are a lot of these changes. I'm not able to show you all of them. If you have or if you install Android 12 by your own, you will probably see all these changes. Yeah. For example, if you are in the recent apps section, we've already talked about that. So this is a different, a new change here. So if you have your phone on the portrait mode and if you are switching to the landscape mode, you can see that the recent app items, they have got a different animation now when you switch to the landscape mode. I can show you that difference here in Android 11 as well. So here we are in the portrait mode, and if you go into the landscape mode, you can see it doesn't work that nice here in Android 12, in Android 11, and in Android 12 they've basically changed the animation, as you can see here. Alright guys, so this is everything I found out. So there may be way more stuff or way more changes between Android 11 and Android 12. So if you've got or if you know something which I didn't show you here in this video, you can write them down in the comment section below. It would be really interesting to find some new stuff. Right, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and peace out.